Okay, before we go, let's start in North Dakota, where age is just a number to a man living his dream by playing college football at the age of 49. Ray Rushel is a 17-year veteran of the North Dakota National Guard and now the newest freshman addition to the Wildcats of North Dakota State College of Science. Let's take a look.
They've all been very receptive of me coming in and playing, because at first they thought I was another football coach on our first day of camp. Then that's whenever I got in line to get pads. That's where they're like, wait a minute, you're playing?
See, Rochelle is 49 years old, which for most prospective freshman student athletes may pose too much a challenge. Not quite for the 17-year-long active duty member currently in the North Dakota Army National Guard.
So I've been surrounded by young people throughout my military career. And so on and off the field, these guys are really, truly tremendous. I try to instill, that's what I'm talking about. Being punctual, being awake, just do my hardest.
As important as locking blocks, stopping touchdowns, and winning games is, Rochelle says his goals remain simple.
I want to live life. If I had the chance and I didn't take it, I would regret it. I had the chance, and I'm taking it, and I'm living life to the fullest.
Wow, Ray didn't actually look as limber as some of the youngsters, but Ray is actually the second oldest player in NCAA history. The oldest to ever suit up was 55 years old. Katie, quite the story. Is there any sport you would go back to high school or college for?
Absolutely. Baseball, softball.
You would?
Oh, yeah. I could play right now. Let's go.
Well, softball, I suppose, yeah.
Oh, but not baseball?
All right, we head from the heartland to the big city as one man in New York has created quite the lucrative business for himself, not on Wall Street, but actually walking the street with dogs. I love dogs. Ryan Stewart is a professional dog walker, and his services are in such high demand, he makes roughly $60 an hour walking 3 to 5 dogs at a time. Let's take a stroll, shall we?
I wouldn't even say that I love dogs. I would say that I refuse to have a life that does not have dogs in it. Who I am is someone who wants dogs around. I don't even think of myself as loving dogs. It's just they're almost like an extension. Like I don't love my right hand, you know? It's just there. It's almost like I'm like a member of a dog pack. I'm Ryan Stewart. I have a small dog walking company in Long Island City called Ryan for Dogs. And without a college degree, I've managed to make 6 figures a year walking dogs, doing something I love.
Oh my goodness, actors. Anyway, in the end, Ryan says his passion for dog walking helps him rake in over $120,000 a year. Katie, I think we might start thinking about something on the side here.
Maybe doing a little side hustle. I have enough side hustle gigs, but that one certainly pays way more.
Wow.
That's awesome. Wow.
Speaking of big money, just across the pond, a gentleman was given some shocking news after he brought a prized statue to the Antiques Roadshow to be appraised. Estimated value of the statue, $286,000. At least it was until the appraiser told him what it was actually worth. Watch this.
All right. One of these made, I think, a few years ago, made £250,000. But unfortunately, this one is a very fine copy. Right. It's slightly the wrong size. This was probably made in about 1980.
Wow.
And one like this is probably worth about £150. Unfortunately, not the $250,000 that one of them actually made.
It's a lot more than I paid for it, so I'm happy.
It's fantastic. I think it's 100 times more than you paid for it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Wow. So as the owner mentioned, in the end, he bought the statue 10 years ago for roughly $2, and today it's worth $172. Katie, how about you? Have you ever stumbled on anything like unique treasures worthy of big bucks?
I haven't, but I remember when I was a kid, my best friend and I were down by the pond or whatever, and we dug up what just turned out to be like old pottery that was like shattered, but we thought it was the biggest treasure. Like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make $1 million. We were like 7. And so we spent our afternoon digging up all these old clay pot pieces. But what about yourself?
You thought you were doing archaeology.
We thought we were like gonna make $1 million. It was embarrassing.
I've thought about burying something and
Ooh, nice.
wondered if future generations would find it and think it's worth something. Anyway, that wraps up this segment. More to come next time.